I know I don't usually talk during these, but I got some questions. So, what's the deal with the soul? Am I right? Okay, so hear me out on this one. Okay, so why? I know this is probably gonna get answered later, but like, if I'm just like stupid or something. High key, why does the soul have to be about to Chris? I mean, like, come on, just give me my body, bro. Like, we can't be doing this, gang. Like, I don't want to be fucking bound to this sassy teenager. All right, I'm not doing it. So, like, high key, yo, Gaster, can I, like, get my body, please? Like, the one that you made me make? Pretty please. And see, like, I get there's probably a really good reason in the prophecy or that I haven't read because, I'm an Undertale fan. It's notorious that we low-key can't read. High-key can't read, actually. Yeah, I just low-key don't want to be... Get me out of here, bro. I'm here to make my choice. I'm here to play my game. I'm like, bro, it kind of hurts, getting thrown into a fucking bird cage every night. Like, imagine how that would feel for you, gang. Ah, shit, I'm playing like ass. But, like, I also gotta ask, what are, like, the limitations on Chris ripping us out? Because, I mean, they can go seemingly, like, a solid night or something without having us, like, bound to them, right? Really trying to avoid saying inside because it's really weird if I do. But, like, no, you get what I mean, right? Like, there's got to be some limitations, like, maybe it's only a few hours or something? I don't know. But it's weird. Like, is it the same rules as Undertale, now that I'm thinking about it? Like, or is it different? Because this is a parallel universe, but what carries over from it being a parallel? You know what I mean? And of course, this might sound stupid, but I'm not incredibly knowledgeable on, the lore and whatnot. Again, like, is it the same rules as Undertale where if we die, Chris dies? Because, I mean, that's kind of how it's put out to be, or at least from what we see. And why is it on Weird Route? Why are we indoctrinating Noelle? What we need her for? Like, I know she can do some odd 600 damage to the Roaring Knight. But I don't think Noelle's needed for real. Chester, Roaring Knight, please calm down. I usually don't have a lot to say, and I low-key still don't. But, I think it's more fun trying to come up with conversation in case these get popular, Ow, my brain. But, what was I gonna say? I low-key forgot. Actually, I could die here, hold on. Ouch. That hurt. I am the biggest dumbass alive. Alright, round 2, Rory Knight. Listen. Jeepers creepers. Alright, yeah, whatever. Yeah, Gaster. Yeah, speak your shit. Ooh, speaking of, who is Gaster? Okay, so, I know everybody got the titular, Gaster design in mind, right? The one that you see in every fan animation and fan game where he's got the broken eyes and shit and, like, has the cloak on. See, I'm holding out hope that it's neither of those. Like, the one in the waterfall mystery room, or not waterfall, the debug room with, like, the man with, like, the melted face. I don't want it to be that or, like, the titular Gaster design that everybody has used. I just, like, need it to be Toby Fox himself. Just, like, a rude rotoscope of Toby Fox. And that's who Gaster is. I think that would be hilarious, but also it would probably end up in Toby being, like, murdered on the spot. Because people, like, know what Gaster looks like, and if the tarot cards say anything, that's just Gaster's design. But Gaster is never directly said to be that design. But it's just mystery, man. But yeah, I mean, of course, you know, we don't know his true intentions. You know, maybe Gaster can take on any form he wants, so Toby can Loki get away with anything, which I wouldn't be mad about, you know. But methinks, right? Yeah. Sorry, I'm pulling a blank here. Methinks, Toby has to go with like the design everybody else has had, because he's been kind of put into a corner here with it. Not really, of course, but there's a shot that Gaster's design is just gonna be like the one you see in Glitch Tail and whatnot, you know, minus the fucking horse snout. Actually, that reminds me, bro. Why is Glitch Tail so ass? Like that's maybe sounding mean, right? You know. It might sound a little rude, but it's kind of ass. Like, I can look past the tracing, right? You know, because they were like a first beginning the series. But the story's kind of sucks from what I remember it being. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you, gang. Which sucks, because the animation got really good. As far as I remember seeing it of it, actually, yeah, no, it got pretty good, yeah. But, you know, it's just a damn shame. Oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all. Get up. Okay, we live these. I'm gonna take it a little slower now. This will be more worth it. Okay, I'm ass, I'm buns. Uh-oh, alright, Chris, come on, solo. Oh, I look, you gotta lock in. Alright, actually, continuing the conversation. I'm trying to think. What's my favorite like Undertale AU off the top of my dome? This isn't usually something I think about a lot, honestly, because I don't really play Fanworks very often, or like at all, for that matter. Because I just don't find them. How the fuck am I already here? Okay, whatever. I don't really find Fanworks to be all that, you know, like, enjoyable. And I don't mean stuff like Undertale Yellow. As much as I haven't played it, it looks genuinely impressive. And it had, what, maybe 10 years worth of development, like, poured into it, which is insane, by the way. Like, actually incredible, genuinely. But I don't find... you know, like, fan projects is interesting as, like, the main thing. But, I mean, I don't think that's a hot take. No, I think it is. I think it really is. But I don't personally enjoy them as much. And there are some that I do really enjoy. I think if I played Undertale Yellow, I would actually love it. But it's stuff like just the fights, you know, like, specifically, like, Sans fights. I don't find particularly as much enjoyment in them as I, you know, once did, right? And I think that's fair, you know? I think it's, like, a fair thing to say. It might be a hot take, but stuff like Last Breath doesn't really interest me as much as, you know, like, I want more Deltarune fan games. I'm sure they're out there. Like, I think there's a Deltarune mod called, like, Deltarune Ribbit. I heard that one's actually pretty nuts. But I wouldn't know. Bye, Susie. But yeah, no, I assume you, like, can understand what I mean, right? Like, whoever's watching this, yeah, you get it. You get the gist of it. I think more Deltarune fan games would be nice. I'm not sure about something like, Delta Traveler. I haven't played that, and does it even use Deltarune's combat system? Because, I mean, I know Deltarune's combat system might as well be the same as Undertale's, but there are a lot of improvements made that I really wish were in Undertale, because I tried going back to it. It's not all that. I mean, it is all that, but, you know, there's not much depth. Anyways, so I ain't got nothing else to talk about, honestly. Ralsei, close us out.